Okay, so can we start with
Yes, sir.
yeah. So my first question will be, according to you, what is software testing?
Software testing is the process of executing an application with the intention of finding bugs or defects.
Okay, so you said like finding bugs and defects. So can you justify what is bug and what is defect?
Like defect is the finding mistakes in the code, and bug is a kind of both seem similar, but there are slight difference in this term. So bug is also finding some errors within a testing team.
Okay, can you give example? Can you explain this with one of the example?
So like if you're logging a page web application, so if we just enter the characters, suppose we are not allowed to enter more than 20 characters. So if you log in and if you don't get the pop-up like this word page is not working, like some error is there, then we can just tell this is a bug.
And what about defect?
Defect is like if there is an issue with the coding part, like any mistake in the coding in that web application, the login page. So like
Okay.
password, we can just take an example of a password.
Mhm.
So if you're entering the characters and it's suppose we are not entering the correct characters, then it can be like we term can be as defect.
Okay, and let's say suppose you are testing one of the application and there is one spelling mistake. What we call to that? Is that like defect or error or bug? What you call?
It will be bug.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Bug. Okay. So okay. So we'll move to the next question, Meenakshi.
So,
Tell me what are different phases of software testing lifecycle?
there are different phases of software testing life cycle. Those are like test planning, test strategies, test scenarios, and like reviewing the documents, execute test plans, reviewing the test plans, executing the test plans. So then logging the bugs and recreating the bugs if like fixing the bugs.
Okay. So among these all these pages, what do you think? Which one is crucial one?
Logging the bugs, I guess.
And what about others that are not?
Yeah, reviewing reviewing the bugs also we can say.
Okay. And how you differentiate this testing life cycle with development life cycle?
So software development, like SDLC, SDLC is the part of SDLC. So in software development life cycle, like the process starts, so like it come across certain stages like requirement, coding, like designing, coding, and maintaining deployment and all. In the SDLC, it starts after coding, like it's a test plan, test scenario. So it's a part of SDLC.
Okay, great. Are you aware about agile methodology?
Agile methodology, like it's a I I don't know much about this, but little bit I can just explain. So it's a kind of flexible method. There is a flexibility in this method, and secondly, like the entire team will in this method, like the entire team will just discuss like what went wrong, what was good, what was bad, and there are some other phases of this methodology: Scrum, sprint planning, retrospective, DoD, and these phases are also part of agile methodology.
Okay, okay, fine. So can you differentiate sprint planning and daily scrum?
So Scrum, in a Scrum meeting, like it's a kind of approx 15 minutes of meeting. There, like the small things will be discussed, like what kind of roles and responsibilities there in my hand, what I was working, what I am working today. So this this gist of discussion can be done in the Scrum. And the sprint planning, like there's a discussion with the team, overall discussion with the team regarding the project.
And what will be the frequency for this both?
Sorry, sir, can you please repeat? The voice was breaking.
Uh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes,
No?
now I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Okay. I was saying like, what is the frequency for both Scrum and sprint planning?
Frequency, you mean the time limit?
No, miss, it is like a daily, weekly, or bi-weekly like that.
I think it's a weekly.
Which one is weekly?
Sprint planning is weekly.
And what about?
Scrum is daily.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Right, Meenakshi, I would like to ask a few questions here. As you mentioned that you had been working as a manual tester, can you tell two drawbacks of manual testing?
So assumption is one drawback.
Mm-hmm.
Like a manual tester, like some of the testing is done on the basis of assumption, and which may be wrong. And second ones might be miscommunication with the misconception, sorry, with the the requirements. The requirement which is given by the client, sometimes it might be there might be misconception on that, and based on that, the test scenarios or test cases might go wrong.
So is it specific to manual testing? Means misconception can be anywhere, right? In any project, it can be in development as well.
Yes.
So how it is different from manual testing? Means specifically manual testing, if I have to address.
In manual testing, why I have mentioned this point, we get the requirement from a client. So we might, what you have explained me, so I might, there might be a misconception, I might understand something else. Based on that, I might have started working on that, and later on we might get some problems or issues in that project. So better understanding between the client and the tester.
Okay, yeah. So can you explain the difference between verification and validation in testing?
Yes, sir. So verification is a static testing, and validation is the dynamic testing. And in verification starts from there are some different phases of verification. Start from requirement. So we get the requirement, business analyst gets the requirement. After that, there is a design, low level design, high level design, then again, and coding part starts. After coding, only the validation parts can be started. So verification is static, and the validation is for dynamic. And in validation, we start testing. So there are integration testing, unit testing, part system testing, parallelly it goes on. And there are test cases, test strategies, we plan for test strategies. And so in this way, this both verification and validation go parallelly.
Right. So there are two types of testing you might be aware of, right? Manual testing and automation testing.
Yes, sir.
So when do you think that manual testing should be best suited, and we should take manual testing over automation testing?
So manual testing, we execute an application with the help of human interaction, and as well as automation, like we work with by using tools and all. So it depends on the situation. So but manual testing, which I personally know, is is a evergreen. Everywhere this is required, and based on the situation and demands or requirement, automation testing is also continued.
Okay, so can you explain the defect life cycle?
So defect life cycle is we are going through a process. Like after requirement, we are going testers is going through a project, and after that, once he finds a bug, so first of all, before informing the developer. So he will like recreate the bug for 2 to 3 times to just confirm whether it's a bug or not. In case the software developer reject the bug, then again we have to like give the clarification, like why on what basis we have like raised this as a bug. After that, once it is fixed, then once he just approves that, agrees with that confirmation, it's a bug. Otherwise, again a tester needs to reopen it, like if it is not fixed then. So this is the life cycle goes on.
Right. Can you differ between smoke testing and sanity testing?
Yes, sir. So smoke testing, it is done on the basic functionality. Like suppose if we build a house, so just we will go through the, we'll check the doors and the basic things we will just check. And sanity testing is a bit deeper level of smoke testing. And again, I will give the example of a house. So we will check the lights are okay or not, the pipes are like in this way. So this is a bitter level of deeper level of smoke testing.
Right. So since you will be testing softwares, right, you will be working as a quality analyst. How do you define quality? Means what is quality work for you?
Bug free, it should be bug free, and quality should be like better if we are working on a project. So
How will you judge that
so
quality has become better?
based on the working level and just the testing, the working on the checking the different functionalities. And also the main objective of a manual tester is to just check the quality of the software, like it should be bug free.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, Meenakshi. Tell me what are different types of testing? I mean to say manual testing.
So there are different the different types of testings are like functional testing, non-functional testing, maintenance testing. So these are the main. And apart from that, the white box, gray box, and unit integration testing, smoke testing, sanity testing, etc.
Okay. So how you differentiate functional and non-functional?
So in functional testing, like we just check with each and every functionalities of an application or the software. And in non-functional testing, like we don't check each and every functionality. So this is the basic difference.
Okay. And what are different types of non-functional testing?
Different types of non-functional testings are performance testing, load testing, stress testing, scalability testing.
Okay. And let's say there is one web application. Okay. So, and if I say means do the testing with respect of non-functional testing for this web application. So, what will be your approach to test that application?
So can you please repeat once again?
There is one web application. Okay, you have to test that, but you have to test only non-functional scenarios.
Okay.
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 Then what will be your approach for testing that application with respect of non-functional testing? Means what
So
are different things you will test?
So I will just try to test with the different types of non-functional testings. Like I'll go with the load testing, stress testing, or
Yes, but how you will test load testing? Means where you will go and what are different things or what are different parameters you will check for that?
okay. So for load testing, like the numbers, for example, if you're just going with the login page, so suppose again I will come with the characters, like alphanumeric characters are there, and it's not more than 20. And if we try to just give more than 20, so it will be unable to, the page will functionality will not be able to take that load. So that's why we just call it as a load testing. So based on these scenarios or parameters, that I will try to check for the non-functional testings.
Okay, and what about performance testing?
Performance testing is like testing the basic functionalities of an application or the software. how it is performing well or not, like to check the performance level.
Okay, and in functional testing, what about smoke and sanity? What are different scenarios or what are different things you will check? Let's say let's take an example of login page.
Okay.
In that case,
Like in functional testing, like for smoke testing, we'll just see the basic functionalities only. And for sanity testing, like it's a bit deeper, like we'll go little deeper than the smoke testing.
yeah, but for login, you said like basic functionality. What are those?
Basic functionality is the like whether we are able to log in or not,
Mhm.
password is okay or not. So these are the basic functionalities, like smoke testing.
That will comes under smoke testing.
Smoke testing, if you go for basic functionalities.
Mhm.
And for sanity testing, we'll check with the password security. Little deeper we will go with that like login page. And after the login, that forgot password option is there, so that is working or not. By if we don't remember the password, so we'll opt for that forgot password option. So
Mhm.
that will be we can just consider as a sanity.
Okay, for forgot password, means what are different things you will check? It's different scenarios.
uh, for forgot password, we can check with the characters which we is added there, whether they're working or not. And
First of all, for forgot password, we need to give something, right?
yes, we have to type the password first. After that, we have to check like that password is.
No, we have to type first username. It is forgot password, right?
Yes, yes sir, username we have to check.
Okay. Okay, fine. My next question will be, what are different types of defects?
Different types of defect is error.
Mhm.
So I don't recall. I'm unable to recall now. Like I guess error is one of the different kind of defect.
Okay, no worries. Uh, Tell me the difference between smoke and sanity testing.
So in smoke testing, smoke testing is a kind of testing where we go with the basic functionalities. For example, like if we're building a house, and just we'll check with the doors and the things which are used here are okay or not. But sorry, sanity testing is like a bit deeper level we can go, means deeper than smoke testing. For example, like the house is built and just we'll check the like electricity line is okay, the pipes are like all these things.
Okay, okay, fine. So are you aware about bug or defect life cycle?
Yes sir.
What are different phases of that?
Different phases of bug life cycle. Like first we'll just create the bug, and then again we'll just
Mhm.
inform the developer, like if you raise that issue. And once we get the like approval, like it's a bug, then we can fix it. Or else if they and we need to give the clarification why like this issue is raised. And if he doesn't approve with that, then again we have to just log on and then recreate it again.
Okay. Do you know bug leakage?
Bug leakage is like not get after completing the application or the software. So
Mhm.
initially, like the bug, the error is not found, but later on when we get to know about the from it maybe from the client get to know about the bugs or error, that mistake.
Okay. So Meenakshi, last question from my side. Tell me the difference between test case and test scenario.
So, sir, test scenario, like if we are writing a test scenario for a product, so we have to analyze everything. Suppose if I am writing a test scenario of a mobile phone, so then I will just start with like there is a proper, like to verify the phone is the verify the color, verify the weight of the phone. So in this way, this test scenario is written, and the test cases is again we have to validate the things like. If I am writing a test cases for an application, suppose, then first of all I will write this test scenarios. Based on that, again I will just check the suppose the login part of the, I'm checking the login part of the web application, then it's working or not, like actual result, expected result, actual result, and in this way we will just check the application.
Okay. So let's say there is one e-commerce site. Means for example, like Flipkart or Amazon.
Yes.
Okay. From where we can order the things like anything like mobile phone or tablet or anything. So if I say there is a functionality of like login, and after that we can like select a product and place order. Okay. So for this, how you will write test case and test scenarios? Tell me the like uh, five test case and 5 test scenarios.
So we have to like from web application for e-commerce like
Login
Flipkart
page
or
is there.
Amazon. Yes.
Yeah. Let's take an example of Flipkart. Okay. Login page is there. After login, we can place order. It's like we can select any item and place order. So for that, forget about payment and all those things.
Just to select the order, like buying
Yeah.
a product.
Yeah.
So first of all, like the scenario will be like to verify the like quality, what product. First of all, suppose I'm buying a watch. So first of all, I will just verify the quality.
Mhm.
And second, first I am just giving 5 points for test scenarios. So again, to verify the budget, price of that watch, like it's budget friendly or not, and again to verify the color, and to verify it's waterproof or not, and then to verify like the watch is like then again it's like the model of the watch. So after that,
So these are test case or test scenarios.
test scenarios of the product, like from
Okay.
the site Flipkart. And for test cases, like there will be a test ID. Then first functionality will be like login. So first we'll log in the Flipkart application by using the username, and after that password. Then I
Mhm.
will go to the home page. Then after going to the home page, the product, like if I want to buy a watch, then I will directly go to that page. So in this way, like first I will just write the test cases for the login and username, and the email ID will be given in one column, and then the expected result will be written. Like after login, I will get the home page, and then the actual result will be there. Like the home page should be displayed, like should be displayed. Then secondly, after getting the home page, the like I'll be getting that product watch,
Mm.
and then I will click that and add in the cart, like buy now option. Then that will be the another test case for that. After that, it will, if it goes to the cart, then payment option will be there. So for payment option, again we will just write the test like below the test, there will be test IDs also as well for different functionalities. So what mode of payment we are using, in this way we'll proceed with this like test cases.
Okay, fine. For the same example, how many test case and how many test scenarios you can write? Maximum test case and test scenarios. Randomly you can take.
It depends upon the project duration. If you're working for like a project is for 6 months, and we can just on an average 1,000 test cases we can write.
Okay. Okay, fine. Thank you, Meenakshi. Deep, I'm done from my side. Over to you.
Great. So Meenakshi, with this, we come to the end of today's interview. Do you have any question to any one of us?
So what are the challenges we are gonna face, like if I get selected in your company? What are the things which I will skills which I will get to learn? So just can you just tell
Right,
me that?
absolutely. So if you get selected, you will be working in a team. Okay. So
Yes.
the challenge is that since you do not have a lot of exposure in testing, right? It's 7 months of experience,
Yes,
as
sir.
you mentioned. So you need to pace up with the other team members who are already working in the team. Definitely, they are very helpful. So the initial hiccup will be to know the things with their pace, and later you would be able to manage. So that won't be a great issue. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this will be the entire journey.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Meenakshi, for joining in today's interview. We will soon meet with the feedback session. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Meenakshi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
bye.